Diolch, Apollo. Thanks. We've all just, well, we've just been watching what is a really impressive film. We were thinking maybe you would like to say just a few words about the solidarity movement and maybe in the context of the film that we have just seen.
Yes, can I go ahead?
Please, yeah.
Right. Well, I came across to the action of the East Kilbridge workers. In 1974, we were in prison in La Serena, and we were just listening very secretly to a radio program which was broadcast from Moscow. And it was a program dedicated to the Chilean struggle. And amongst those items, it was the action carried out by the Scottish workers. So that was one of the many bits of news which lifted our spirits. And we realized we were not just abandoned, that we were orphaned in that sea of torture and violence inflicted on us by the Chilean fascists. So yes, it was back in 1974. And the action of the Scottish workers was one of the many carried out by the British workers, and not just by British workers, but workers all over the world. Apart from the actions that the Scottish workers carry out in order to boycott the Chilean warplane engines, were action carried out also by the Liverpool dockers, which refused to load or unload goods coming or going to Chile as a massive gesture of solidarity. In addition, there was a work done by the foremost worker refusing visiting to maintain visiting warships, and also by the Yarrow workers who were working in frigates. So it was a number of direct actions where the working people were prepared to face, obviously, issues with management by deciding not to operate anything going or coming from Chile. And in that wave of support, which was launched immediately after the day of the coup, which is, I was just working out early on, is not just 50 years ago, but also another 25 days on top of that. And for us, it has been always something that is so unique because it has a resonance. The people, despite of their religion, culture, and experiences, they will always have support amongst honest and decent people. So you want me to expand a bit more? May I say that on the day of the coup, the first act of solidarity, it was relayed to me when I arrived in '76, after I was sponsored by a trade union who fought and got a visa for me to arrive here and be free for the first time after 1,000 days in Pinochet prison. And that union was TASS, TASS, technical, administrative, and service support. They eventually merged with AUW, and then later on with Amicus, and then Amicus became part of Unite, which is the current union of today. So in 1974, I received this letter. I don't know whether you can see. And if you put a close up, it's addressed to me, a public prison, La Serena, province of Coquimbo, Chile. It was written by a representative of the branch of the TASS union, Comrade Percy D. Bennett. And in that letter, he was saying to me, we're writing to you to let you know that we are struggling to support you and fight for your freedom. So what else can I say? So may I say as well that the union representatives were there at Heathrow when I was eventually really allowed to land in London in 1976, back in June, and I started my life as a single man. Nowadays, I got not just a family, but also beautiful grandchildren who live in Cardiff, and we have defeated fascism. You know, they haven't killed us. We live on. What I want to summarize is that what you have seen tonight, which is wonderful, because of, you know, it has been 50 years since the coup, and it really is an homage and a recognition of what international solidarity is all about. And the British workers, our people all over the world, people from this land, from this island, as well across the world, allow us to get our freedom, to defeat the military junta and get Pinochet arrested in London. That was thanks to the massive effort across the land. And it was only tragically that politicians were prepared to sell themselves and let the monster to be allowed to return free and die in bed. So, as I say, that's basically the story of the British Solidarity movement. It would take me ages to explain, for instance, the TUC behind and the Communist Party, the Labour Party, the Liberal Party allow the Chile Solidarity Campaign and the Chile Human Rights Campaign to be set up, which allowed to keep the pressure on the Chilean government, on the Chile junta for years without stopping. So that would allow our freedom to return and the military to return to the barracks. I don't go that far to say that Chile is a country which is seen democratically as we wish it would be, but at least it's not ruled by the military, people who have been basically, as you may guess, trained for warfare, to kill people, not to run countries. And that has been the tragedy that we live through. But I also want to have the opportunity to say thank you to my Welsh comrades, friends, who some of them are there in, I think the fellow there half asleep, isn't he? Is it Hugo Blanco? Yes, I think he is. Hello. But they have always supported us. We have done so many things. I just wanted to say that I got in this filing cabinet here in Wales, all the activities that we have done together with all our friends over the years. So we never stopped. We had to carry on until the last day. That's thank you to you all people. Thank you very much. We'll get to the final. So let's keep on going.
Okay. Apolo, diolch o galon. Diolch.
Diolch yn fawr. Pensaremos.